House Budget Committee Chairman Paul Ryan joins us this morning from Capitol Hill as well. Sir, good to have you with us.
Hey, good morning, Erica.
Talk to us first. We want to look at 2011 first. We know there is this new essential stopgap measure in there. It funds the Pentagon through the end of the year, as we know, cuts $12 billion. How likely is it that this will pass, or are we effectively looking at a shutdown Friday?
Well, we will pass this out of the House. So the question is whether the Harry Reid Senate will pass it or not. We want to make sure that under any scenario, our troops get funded, they get their pay, their families who are waiting at home, living paycheck to paycheck, get their money. We have passed now, this will be 3 bills we've passed to prevent a government shutdown. The Senate has never passed a bill to prevent a government shutdown. So we're not looking for a government shutdown. We're looking to get a down payment on spending reduction to get this deficit under control. But at the same time, we're trying to prevent a government shutdown. The Senate has yet to pass a single bill to prevent a government shutdown, so we'll see.
Well, we will be watching as well. Let's move on now to 2012. Later this morning, of course, you will unveil your budget, which is proposes to cut $6.2 trillion over the next 10 years. Much of that savings does come from cutting entitlement programs. How do you expect, though, to get that measure passed, that budget passed, when in effect there is such a difficult time, even just getting 2011 to make it through another week?
Well, first of all, I think we need to have a fact-based conversation about our budget. We need to get rid of all these accounting tricks, all these budget gimmicks, and we've got to attack the drivers of our debt. Our debt will literally get out of our control. This is a plan not only to pay off our debt over time, but to get our budget under control so we can get our economy growing. I heard the last announcement. We're not actually proposing Medicare vouchers. We're proposing no changes for people 55 and above, and then for people 54 and below, moving Medicare into a system that is identical to the system I have as a congressman and all federal employees have. It's called premium support. They're not actually vouchers, but it's proven to actually save money, improve quality, and bring solvency to Medicare. You got to remember, Erica, these programs are going insolvent. They're the drivers of our debt, and the sooner we tackle these problems, the better off all of us are. We can't keep kicking this can down the road. And so we're going to go out there and talk about how to fix these things.
It is a set amount of money, though, and to a lot of people in their mind, the best way for them to understand it is, in many effects, it is essentially a voucher. There's another part, though, that's also under scrutiny, and while we're talking about healthcare, which is Medicaid, and the way that that would work in your budget for the millions of Americans who rely on it. Essentially, their state would be given a chunk of money, and they have to hope that their state can manage that money effectively. Otherwise, when it runs out for the year, they're done, correct?
We're getting letters from dozens of governors asking for this. The problem is Medicaid's breaking right now. Medicaid's going insolvent. But more importantly, the way Medicaid works right now, most doctors don't even take Medicaid. Every time a Medicaid patient walks into a doctor's office, they lose money. It's an unsustainable system, and it's ending up giving people second-class health care. They're not getting good access to good care. So we want to give states the rights, the ability to customize their health care to meet their particular needs of their citizens, and not give them this one-size cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all Medicaid program, which is breaking. It's not working. So yes, we propose lots of areas of welfare reform, lots of savings, and more importantly, these programs are going bankrupt. And if we don't make the right, tough choices now, our children are going to have to make much, much tougher choices later, and that's why we want to get ahead of this problem. And this is a plan that literally pays off our national debt, and it's a plan for pro-growth job creation. You got to have economic growth and spending control at the same time.
There will be a lot more discussion on that plan to come. Congressman Paul Ryan, that's going to do it for this morning. We appreciate you being here. Thanks.
Thank you.